Hi, I'm the Time Tamer. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to utilize the full range of features of the flagging tool within Outlook. If you haven't already, please watch the video that I've done on the task feature in Outlook, because these two functions work very much hand in hand. I will touch on it in this video, but it's worth watching that video to fully understand how to utilize these two things together. I'm going to show you how to use the flagging feature not only for emails that come in, but for emails that go out and for contacts. It's important to note that how you've got your account, your email account set up within Outlook will vary how much of the range of the flagging tool that you can utilize, but I'll explain to you that in a little bit more detail in a moment. Typically, what people will do when an email comes in is to click on this feature here in an email and flag it. However, what that does is just highlight the email, and inevitably what happens is that you end up with an inbox full of highlighted emails, but you don't have a focus or a priority of when you're going to attend to those. Are you going to attend to them today, tomorrow, if they're urgent? Are they important, perhaps a little bit less important at something that you attend this week, or is it something next week? And when you look at this feature up here, so I'm on the Home tab, and here's the flagging feature here. You can see that this is the priority that it allows you to choose: today, tomorrow, this week, next week. And this is typically where I work. I mainly just focus with this function because it's very, very quick for me to be able to prioritize when I'm going to attend to an email. And then I utilize the task feature, which I'll show in just a moment. But you can also select custom. So this means that you can set a date in a month's time, for example, for when you're going to attend to the email. I typically don't bother using this feature here where you determine what type of flag it is. I just set the date. That seems to be enough for me. And it's less steps that you need to take. You can also set a reminder. Now what this does is create a pop-up reminder and a bell alarm. My advice to you, my warning, is to use this sparingly, because if you use it too much, you'll inevitably ignore all of these reminders that pop up. You don't have a focused attention to them. Really only use this feature for things that have an urgent deadline that you want to attend to, or that you really don't want to forget about. So just use it for those very, very highly important things. The other thing that you can do with this flagging feature is when you actually send an email, you can also create follow-ups for it, for yourself, but also for the other person. So you can see here I can set the due date, and I'd focus on the due date more than anything, on when you want to follow up or attend to the email that you're actually sending out. You can set a reminder, as I've explained to you, but what you can also do is flag it for the recipient, so it actually becomes flagged in their inbox. And you can set a reminder, but you really don't want to annoy people with that. So again, really only use it for very urgent things. But the beauty of this is that you can pace things out. So if I'm sending something to you that's really important and I want to remind you, I can set my reminder perhaps a day later. So you're being reminded on Wednesday the 5th, and my reminder might be the day after, so I can follow through with you. So that's really a useful tool for prioritizing urgent things. Now, people aren't aware that you can actually flag contacts as well. So if you want to have a follow-up phone call, so let's say, for example, I've got, as you can see here, I want to ask this particular client about provider about quotes. Let's say that that's something that I wanted to do. What I can do is set a follow-up flag, so it could be today, tomorrow, this week, whatever, to actually ring that person, and I can look in the notes to see what it is that I actually need to do with that person. So that's a good way, if you're a small business or an individual, to actually use Outlook as a database tool. You then go into your task feature to actually prioritize, look at the order of things that you're going to attend to. So you can see here, I've got, these are the different types of follow-ups. You can see here's a contact, here's a task, here's an email, and it might be an outgoing email. This one's an incoming email. If you want to create a task that's not connected to a contact or an email, you just click on that new task button that I just clicked on there, and you can actually specify the date that you want to attend to something. And you can also set, it can be a reoccurring thing as well, which I go into in a lot more detail in the other video, but you can actually create custom tasks as well. But this is where you might prioritize them. So for example, this one I want to attend, it's overdue, but I do want to attend to it this week, so it'll move further down the list. These things that are red are things that are overdue, and I can decide whether or not I'm going to attend to them today, tomorrow, this week, or next week, and that's how I can prioritize them. Now, coming back to the account feature that I mentioned to you, I just want to explain in a little bit of detail what that actually means. So if I go into my account settings here, you can see I've got 3 email accounts that I'm using in Outlook. And one of them's an Exchange, one of them's an IMAP, and one of them's POP. This is the way the account's set up. If you are using an IMAP feature, you're not going to see the full range of flagging features. You really need to be using POP or Exchange. If you're having trouble, send me an email. I'm not a techie, but I can put you in the right direction and certainly give you some information that you can share with your IT support person, which may be able to help you get that full range of features if you don't see it. What you should be seeing is all of these features here, but if you are using an IMAP account, and I'll just go to one so I can show you, you can see here that we've only got the one option in terms of flagging things, so it's not as beneficial. You don't get to prioritize things in the same way that I've shown you. So if you can just talk to your IT person about how your account's set up if you're not seeing that full range of flagging tools. So I hope that makes sense for you in terms of understanding that. If you have any trouble, send me an email and please let me know how you go with that feature. And of course, watch the task video to get a full understanding of the scope of it and how you can use that.